Hey students, if you want to work like a professional programmer, a great place to start is by using an integrated development environment, also known as an IDE. IDEs are tools that allow programmers to work more quickly by incorporating the code editing and code execution environment in one place. Many integrated development environments also provide assistance with code syntax, check for errors, and test code. Some IDEs even integrate with version control systems like GitHub and cloud computing environments like Amazon Web Services. In this video, we will be downloading and installing the Eclipse IDE for Java development. If you watch this video in its entirety, you will be able to download and install the Eclipse IDE, create a Java project, package, and class, write and run a simple Java application in Eclipse, and edit the font settings in the code window. We've got a lot to get through, so let's get started. Let's begin by opening a browser window. I'll go to the Chrome icon, double-click, and in the address bar, I'll type eclipse.org. That's eclipse.org. I'll press enter, and the Eclipse Foundation website opens. To the right, you'll notice there's a download button. I'll click the button. Then I'll scroll down. You'll notice Get Eclipse IDE 2022-09. I'll click the Download x86_64 button. This will take me to a page that will find the nearest mirror site. Although I'm in the United States and it finds a site in Canada, it's close enough, so I'll click the Download button. At this point, I'm given an opportunity to donate to the Eclipse community. You can select the amount that you want to donate and choose Donate if you wish to do so. I'm not going to do that right now, and you'll notice at this point, the download has completed. I'll go to the bottom of my screen in the Chrome download bar, and I'll click the button for the Eclipse download. When the Eclipse installer window opens, I'm given different options for various flavors of the Eclipse IDE. For example, I can install the IDE for Java developers, for enterprise Java development. Also, I could choose for C and C++ development. I'm going to work with Java, so I'm going to choose the first option, Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Selecting this option gives me additional options. You'll notice I can choose the folders for the Java 17 plus virtual machine and the installation folder. I can also choose whether to create start menu entries and create desktop shortcuts. I'm going to leave all of the default options selected, and I'm just going to simply select Install. Next, I'm given an option for accepting or declining the Eclipse Foundation Software User Agreement. In order to use the software, I do have to accept the agreement. So I'll click Accept, and the installation continues. When the installation is complete, you'll notice a message appears. You'll also notice a green Launch button at the bottom of the Eclipse installer window. I'll click Launch to launch the program. When we open Eclipse, you'll notice that you have an option for selecting the directory for your workspace. By default, the workspace is set for the C users folder, whatever profile you're logged into, and a folder called Eclipse Workspace. This is the default folder to work with as a workspace, and this is where the working files for your project will be stored. If you don't want to be prompted each time you open Eclipse for the workspace folder and you want to use this folder as the default, you can choose Use this as the default and do not ask again by checking the box. I'm going to leave the box unchecked and I'll click Launch. You'll notice the Eclipse IDE opens, and I'm going to maximize the window. When the Eclipse window first opens, you'll notice that a Welcome tab appears. This provides you with a variety of different options for getting started. For instance, you can get a guided walkthrough of the Hello World application, you can go to tutorials, or check out some samples. For our purposes, I'm going to close the welcome message and I'm going to walk you through an example of creating the Hello World application. I'll click the Close button, and we'll create a project by clicking File from the menus, then New, then we'll move over to Java Project. This presents us with a new Java project window. We can create a Java project, and for starters, we would put the project name in the project name box. I'm going to call my project Hello Test App. Notice that the Use Default Location is checked, and the location that we selected when we first opened the application appears here. In the next section, we can choose what version of the Java runtime environment we want to work from. We can also specify options for working with the project layout. I'm going to leave all of the default options here, as well as not making any changes to the working sets or the modules. I'll click the Next button. And you'll notice I'm prompted with the Java settings, where I can define the various build settings for this Java project. We'll leave all the defaults unchanged here as well, then click the Finish button. As a result of creating this new project, you'll notice that we have the Hello Test App project listed over on the left-hand side in the Project Explorer pane. I can click the arrow to the left of this, and it shows me the system libraries and also the source folder. Inside of the source folder, you'll notice there's a moduleinfo.java file. The next thing that I want to do is I want to create a package. So I'll click on the source folder, I'll choose File, New, and then I'll click Package. In the new Java package window, I'm given an option of where I can store this new package, and of course I'm going to put it inside of the project source folder. If I click the Browse button, you'll notice that this is nothing more than a directory structure that we're creating inside of our workspace folder. I'll click OK. If we wanted to, we could also change the name of our package. In this case, I want to use all lowercase letters, so I'm going to say Hello Test App, all in lowercase, for the name of the package. I'll click Finish, and you can see our new package has been created. Inside of this package, we can store our classes. So I'm going to create a class at this point by choosing File, New, and then Class. You'll notice that I could choose Class here, but let me show you another way that we could do this. If I click away, there's also a button right here for creating new classes. This is also a great drop-down because in the drop-down menu, you could see you can create classes, interfaces, enums, and so forth. I want to create a class, so I'll simply just click on the class option, and I'm prompted with a new Java class window. We're going to place our class inside of the Hello Test app package, which of course is inside of the Hello Test app project in the source folder. For the name of our class, we'll click and type Hello World. We're going to leave this as a public class, and in here we're going to just leave all of the default options, making a single change. We want our class to have a main method. So I'm going to check the box that says public static void main, and this will add this method to the class when it is created. I'll click the Finish button, and you'll notice now we have our Hello World class. The class opens to the right, and you'll notice that the package reference is already here in line 1. The declaration for the class is listed on line 3. Line 5 appears as the result of checking the box for adding the main method in the previous window. You'll notice a comment is also added right here. If we want, we can take out the comment by simply selecting it, deleting it, and we could type in our own comment. For example, we might want to say, testing Eclipse with a Hello World application. Now we'll simply write a line of code that will display Hello World in the console when the program runs. I'll type system.out.println, and in quotes, I'll type Hello World. I'll add a semicolon at the end, and then I can run my work by simply coming to the Run button and you'll notice it asks me if I want to save and launch the program. I'll select OK, and you'll notice at the bottom in the console, Hello World now displays. There's one more thing I wanted to show before we wrap up. If you want to change the font size of the text displayed in the code window, you can go to the Window tab and select Preferences. Under Preferences, you can go to General, then Appearance, then Colors and Fonts. If we open Basic, we're given a variety of different options here. We're going to scroll down and find Text Font. You can see that currently it's set to be 10 point. I'll click Edit. We're going to make it a little bit larger by choosing the 14 point font size. You could also change the font itself if you wanted to. I'll leave this the same, then click OK. Lastly, I'll click Apply and Close. As a result, my text is now larger and much easier to read. In this video, we've downloaded and installed the Eclipse IDE for Java development, created a Java project, a package, and a class. We've written and run a simple Java application and edited the font settings for the code window. You now have an environment for writing and running code, but we've only really just scratched the surface. Please explore the menus on your own and try to learn as much as you can. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.